is overrated. It's bullshit. Every year people thought I was wearing a mask. Before I was wearing a mask.
Alright, time for me to finish up with inside the house with my experiences with it. Before I start that, I would like to say that, please, I want to save everyone's money and time. Don't get like morally and financially based by this movie. And don't see 30 Days of Night. That movie sucks ass. I just saw this very horrible movie. It's not very good. You want to see a good vampire movie, go see Dusk Till Dawn, but you know that movie can't like entertain its way out of a nutsack. So out of my story. 2000 when I was like 16, basically. I went for the gates of hell myself. My friend Jeff had been there through certain parts of it, enough to lead him from like one side of town to another, but he never like, has been through the tunnels itself, like through its 7 stages, and he was willing to guide us there. So we went with 6 or 7 friends, and we all had flashlights, and freaking like knives and bats and something. Like, it was gonna help us anyway, but false hope, and we went. So we decided to go fairly, not too late, but pretty late, like, I'm guessing 7:30, something pretty much in the evening. So we start walking through, and we finally get to the entrance, and we have Jeff who leads us because he knows the way. I'm second, and then it goes so on and so on. So we're walking there, and we get to the second corridor, and it's a turn. As we're walking there, Jeff decides to turn off the light because we're walking. Oh yeah, and lights look like lightsabers because that's how dark it is. Everything just like eats up like everything. So it looks like a lightsaber. That's how dark it is. So we needed the big flashlights, and that's what we had, some of us. And we're walking through, and Jeff, in the middle of like giving us a tour or whatever, leading us, stops and turns off the flashlight. Everybody starts screaming and stuff, right when we're at the corridor, and he turns it on, and he was like, just kidding, and he starts laughing or whatever. We're all scared shitless in this like dark seedy tunnel, right? And so we all like shove him and whatnot. Fuck you, Jeff, that wasn't funny. So we continue walking. As he's walking, he shows us this string that was attached to like all these rocks and whatever. He's like, devil worshippers practice here sometimes. So that explains all the like dead animal bodies nailed onto like their heads nailed onto trees and stuff.
Yeah.
It's sacrifices that go down here, and these are traps. You see, some person pulled this string which was attached to those rocks over there, and apparently fell prior. Like, if you see this, or be aware of the ground when you walk on it. So as we're walking, we're going to make our turn, and there's no way, there's nobody in there but us, and there's no way to get at this turn but if you came with us. Alright? So as we're making this turn, right, Jeff turns around to simply tell us, some fun facts about it, like, yada yada. And when we all turn around and see, there's this boy and there's this girl about our age that's standing right there in front of our path, and we bump into them like, ah, and we get scared shitless. Now, they didn't look like ghosts or anything, but they did look really odd because they were very, very pale. Like, I'm talking about like pale, emo pale, like you've never seen the sun pale. They were wearing white from head to toe, and they looked like an orderly at a sanatorium or something. Sanatorium, I'm sorry. And they looked like they just decided to like roll down a dirt hill and then decided to walk the day like that. They also had very, very dark hair, and they looked like they never slept in a month. They looked like hell, basically. And it was this guy and this girl. And we stop and we look at them, and we're pretty like, stunned. And just like, where did you guys come from? And then the girl and the guy are like, you shouldn't go beyond that path. It's very dangerous. And then I laugh. I'm like, dude, we know what's going on. Jeff has been through this 1,000 times. Like, we're just taking a new path. Like, we have our best guide in the high school, right, Jeff? And we turn around, and everybody turns around at Jeff because we thought they were kids just like us. And Jeff was like, that's right. And then, just for like 2 seconds, and when I turned around, they were gone. Jeff looked at the corridor, and there was nobody there. They couldn't have ran that fast. They couldn't, like 2 seconds, like whoof, whoof, like that. They couldn't have ran so fast that we couldn't have seen them. And the only other way, because it was like an L, was to pass through us. And they were gone. They just vanished. They came in like that, and they left like that. Like a freaking ghost or something. And that's when we got freaked out and decided, like, phew, that's enough of a warning for us, you know? And we all bolted, and I've never been there since.